All right, guys, today I'm something that I haven't really gone through with you guys. It's where I do all most of my cooking. So this is what we Aussies call here my wog kitchen. So this is the kitchen we mainly use. So it's I have got a kitchen in the house, but we look. We do a lot of cooking, as my channel shows, and we do a lot of. I do a lot of even like things like chorizos, prosciutto, all that sort of stuff. And I needed something a bit more durable. I really don't want to be mincing and so forth. I didn't want to be doing it in the house kitchen, so I've always wanted to. Oh, look, a little bit of background. I used to, in my earlier days, own fresh chicken shops. So I love that industrial, heavy duty sort of style kitchen, which you can make a mess, clean up, wash, hose down, and so forth. So I've always loved that. My family was into poultry for many years when I was younger. So that's what I'm used to. I'm used to the heavy duty sort of style kitchen, restaurant kitchen. So yeah, I decided to, as I've got a lot of shedding. If you've been watching my channel, I'm actually on acreage, so I'm on a couple of acres. So I've got big sheds. So I didn't really need the garage. There's enough shedding here. I've got two massive sheds. So I didn't need the garage for storing anything. So I decided, instead of doing up the indoor kitchen, I decided to basically turn this space into a little commercial kitchen for myself, which, so basically how it started, the first step was actually to do the floors. So I've done all the flooring in epoxy. That was the first step. So once the floors were done, I started on basically trying to design what I wanted. I didn't, to be honest with you, I sort of winged it. I knew where I wanted things. First thing that probably went in was the sink. And obviously we had to get the plumber in and so forth. And we put power, like I also did all the power. We had power put in. I've got power points everywhere. I've even got a power point here in the middle. But yeah, I like to have outlets, very, in particular spots, so it's easy to use. We've got even for the slicer, and there's actually even a power point underneath for the mincer, which you can't see. But I put power points everywhere. We did the lighting as well, so I've put LEDs. I didn't, look, the roof probably needs to be patched up a little bit, because I did have to remove some of the battens, but we put LEDs in. So that was pretty much the first step. And then I started acquiring what was needed inside the kitchen. So so I bought the sink was probably the first thing. Oven was probably next. And I actually hunted. So trying to save a little bit of money here and there. A lot of the stuff, like the sink, was on Facebook Marketplace. Same with the stove. The stove, that's a Bertazzoni. So retail, they go for about $7,500. I was able to pick up virtually a new one. It was, look, the oven still had wrapping on it. They hadn't even used it. For about $1,500, which was, I scored a massive bargain. Even my deli slicer, it's Bryce. I picked up from a cafe. They hardly been used. Even the sharpening tool had never been used. So I picked that up probably about, I think it was less than half of what it's worth. And then I've got also things like the mincer, this sort of stuff I bought brand new, the sausage filler. I bought the mincer brand new. It wasn't too bad. These middle shelves, or benches, sorry, not shelves, I bought new. Those ones I bought new just due to size. I couldn't find the right size of what I wanted. The shelves, the pantry shelves, I bought brand new as well. Once again, I couldn't find what I wanted. I would only say where I could and where it was functional. Like the actual stainless steel shelves, the guy had a heap of stainless steel shelves I was able to work with. I got them pretty cheap as well. I think it was $300 for all the shelves. These are actually, believe it or not, workshop or mechanical drawers for a mechanic or tools, and I actually, Bunnings had a sale on them and I bought two. I bought that one and the smaller one there, and they were heavily discounted. I can't remember what I paid for them, but it was a fair whack off. Bunnings is like a, if you're not in Australia, it's like a hardware. They do pretty much everything as far as tools, benches, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, here in Australia. But yeah, so I, wherever I could save money, I would. And the most expensive item probably in here, the floor wasn't too cheap. It was, I think, $2,500. I actually got someone to do it. I was going to do it myself, but I wanted a bit of warranty. I didn't want it to start peeling and so forth, so I actually just paid someone to do it. My wife goes, just pay someone to do it. At least you know you've got warranty if it flakes up. And I didn't want to be ripping out the whole kitchen and redoing the floors again, so I just paid someone to do it. And I wasn't, look, I've had a nightmare with one of my shops that I painted a floor and it all come up and flaked, so I just didn't want that hassle. So I just paid someone, which I'm racked with. It's come up really good, really solid. And the plumbing was another decent expense, but I had a good mate who's a plumber. He looked after me in that. We had to run the gas, we had to run water and all the drainage. I was lucky the drainages were just outside the garage, so it wasn't too bad. But the biggest expense was probably the fridge. This is the LG 800 and the lights already on, sorry. I think it's 840. It was massive. It was a big fridge, and I did find one on sale, but it was still a big amount of money. I think it was about $5,000, which, well, it's not a cheap fridge. It's not the most expensive fridge in the world, but it's not a cheap fridge either. And I also got a dry aging cabinet, which I can do my smoked meats. At the moment, I've actually got it at a low temperature. I'm actually storing a lot of my steaks and so forth. I'll show you. Actually, I just got some F1 Wagyu. Some Scotch fillet. I think is a look. Beautiful. It's a local place I actually get my meat from. It's called Gippsland Meats. They only open a couple of days a week, but they're really good with their products. Now, I've stepped outside. Outside, it's sort of an extension of the kitchen. I've got my cold smoker, my master-built cold smoker. Well, it does both. It does warm but more importantly, it does cold. I've got two GMG smokers, which are heavily used, you can see. Pellet smokers. That's for my normal smoking. And so the other one I mainly use for cold smoking. So if I need to do chorizos, cold smoke and so forth. And then we've just got a normal barbecue, a Beefmaster. Believe it or not, my son won that Beastmaster in a competition, which was pretty good. You didn't have to pay for it. But yeah, those smokers get used a fair bit. So yeah, this is sort of my workshop. So I use this kitchen gets used like I haven't even really cleaned it up thoroughly for you to make the video. It gets used every day. There's 5 of us in the house here. My wife and kids and my nephew lives with me. So the kitchen's where it's at. All the kids and stuff cook, and so the kitchen gets hammered, gets used a fair bit. And the good thing, even with the flooring and stuff, the good thing is I can open up that garage roller door, and I've got drains on the outside. We can actually gurney the whole kitchen out if need be. So if we make a big mess, we can basically gurney it all out and straight out into the drains. So it's actually very functional, very solid, and a fantastic part of our house. You know, it just works, and it's the first time I've had this in a home, and look, I don't think I could live without one now. Like it's that functional, and you know, and it's tough. You don't have to worry. Oh, I've scratched the bench. I've done something. Look, it's very solid, very easy to work, and that's why they use it in commercial kitchens, because it is tough, and it works for us amazingly. So look, I hope you enjoyed the tour of my kitchen, and hopefully I start doing a few more cooking videos. I know I've backed off a little bit on the cooking videos, but yeah, hopefully I'll get my ass into gear and so forth. We moved into this property a couple of years ago, so there's been a lot happening around here, and yeah, so I haven't done much on YouTube, and yeah, I've also started another channel as well. So yeah, a lot happening, but I hope you enjoyed the tour. All right, cheers, guys. Hey, subscribe and like. Help me grow this channel again, because it's slowed down a fair bit. All right, guys. Cheers.